this is Phil, and today I'm going to look at Iris Connect and how we use this to improve teaching and learning. So as I said, my name is Phil. I'm the Learning Technology Manager for the North Lindsey College and Doncaster College group. I work in the LETS and Academic Service team. So essentially my role is to help teachers improve teaching and learning by using technology. I'm based at both colleges, and we had an issue where essentially we needed to do observations across both colleges. However, our colleges are about 25 miles apart, so we needed to use technology in an interesting way to overcome that barrier. So what we did is we introduced Iris, and this session essentially looks at how we used Iris to improve teaching and learning, how we came over the barrier of being able to share good practice across both colleges without necessarily having to get teachers to travel 25 miles there, 25 miles back, and also how we could use expertise across both colleges to help improve teaching and learning. So what is Iris Connect? So Iris Connect essentially supports professionals, supports teaching and learning, so that you can record a session and then you can analyse this session, you can look at various times certain things happen within the session, you can comment on it, and you can do this at whatever time suits you. So we have some teachers who will record their own session, reflect on it themselves, and not share it with anyone, but just use it as their own personal CPD. We've also got teachers what will share it with us, so our NQTs and our newly qualified teachers, they will have to share a session within their first year based on Iris, and then we can comment on this. It's based on a video platform, so it essentially works very similar to like YouTube and those common systems. However, the videos are secured and only you can view them unless you share them within a group. The power of Iris isn't really the technology, so as you can see on the right hand side here, we have got the Iris kit, which essentially is 2 iPads on a tripod and a microphone. The real power is actually the app and the online system. So you can actually download Iris on just your iPhone if you wanted to, put it at the side, put it on a tripod and use that. It's really the platform and how you use it what's important, not the technology. So the first thing we needed to do to get Iris moving was to inform staff about what Iris actually did. So what we did is we created a little website for the LETS team, which is our learning and enhancement team. So in there we have a team that help improve teaching and learning, and that team got on board with using Iris. And what we did is we created a site that explained what Iris was, what the benefits of it were, and some case studies, so that we would get real staff using it to contribute to this website. We also made it really clear that obviously it was for yourself, it was to enable reflection, it was to help improve teaching and learning, and we made a big deal about the fact that Iris wasn't going to be used as a punitive process, and it wasn't going to be used as a like a formal lesson observation, if that makes sense. It was used as a way of improving teaching and learning. So what we did and how we shared our success with Iris is we created different groups. So as you can see here, we've got different groups. We've got Iris Connect Digital Champions, Iris Connect DN Showcase Reel, and Iris Connect Induction groups. So our induction group, 1 of 4, that would mean that every term we have a new induction group of staff that create a lesson observation like reflection. They share it with that group, and then with their peers they look at improving teaching and learning, and that's particularly for our new members of staff. We also have Iris Connect DN Showcase Reel. This has been really popular, so what this group would do is any real good teaching and learning, anyone specialist at a certain area or a certain improvement. So it might be that this one teacher is really, really good at questioning. We would ask them to put their questioning on Iris Connect. We'd actually ask them to showcase that. And this has been really successful because it's allowed our staff to really showcase good things that they've done and how proud they are of their own teaching and learning. And then the final one is the DN Digital Champions. My role is to improve teaching and learning using technology, and we have e-learning ambassadors across all areas. And what they do in there is they will put on reflections and they will put on ideas on how they've used technology to improve teaching and learning. So this could mean that a member of staff would record them doing a session with Kahoot and show how Kahoot could be used in a lesson. It could be Padlet, it could be Moodle, Google Classroom, and we just have little snippets just so that you can actually see how technology is actually used, not just how to use it, but actually how to use it in teaching and learning. These go into the groups, and what's really special about these groups is that they are cross-college site. So we have Doncaster members of staff talking to North Lindsey members of staff using the Iris Connect platform. It's really the only way we are able to do this effectively because we are 25 miles apart. It's not always the easiest thing to have that cross-college communication, so this platform's really helped. So what we do is we schedule reflections. So a reflection can be essentially a session that's been recorded. So me as a member of staff who does do lesson observations would schedule a reflection with a member of staff if they wanted to, or if you were setting up a private one with no other participants, you could also do this as well. And this is just how Iris works. You can also do reflections with peers. So we have actually started doing peer observations, peer reflections using Iris as well. So when a reflection's taken place, as you can see here, this is my dashboard, you will get notified that a reflection's happened. You can open this up and review it. You can see which groups have had more reflections put in place, and you get like a comment of which challenges have happened, etc. So it's been really successful. On the right here, you can see the comments. So the comments will work within the session. So when you add a comment into the reflection, when you click that comment, it will take you directly to the part of the video or the part of the observation that's happened. So it's been really powerful to actually evidence when something has actually happened in the session. So to share our success stories and actually get staff on board, we do a couple of things, and one of them is like a termly newsletter about Iris. And here we'll have people who have used Iris to write a little explanation about what they've used it for, how they've used it, and essentially just how it improved their teaching and learning. And this has proved really successful because rather than like the quality team or me telling staff how well it can be used, actually coming from normal everyday teachers that use this day in, day out has been a lot more successful. So we do this and we put this on Twitter and we share this via Teachblend as well, which I'll explain more in a minute. So Teachblend essentially is how we promote any teaching and learning tools used at our colleges. So it's a Twitter page, we've got a YouTube channel, we've got a Facebook page as well, and we'll essentially just tweet out things that will help teaching and learning. And one of the main ones we actually do tweet out now is like a monthly update on Iris and how we're using it. So how Iris has actually helped us improve teaching and learning, and how it's improved not only the observation process and making that a bit more simple, but actually allowing staff to communicate with each other as well. So it's made coaching scalable. Obviously we're a massive organisation now, so it's allowed myself who is predominantly North Lindsey based, to actually help coach some staff what are at Doncaster, and vice versa. You can access lesson expertise and CPD resources using the Iris Connect community. Staff have been able to share teaching and learning ideas. So, for example, Sport and Uniform Services would be able to share their lesson that they've had in North Lindsey with Doncaster, and Doncaster back to North Lindsey. It started to become a lot more of a reflection tool now, and just made teaching and learning a little bit more effective. If you need to contact me or you need any more of my details, you can find me on Teachblend. I'll always reply to that, or you can send me an email, or give me a ring. If you just ring up North Lindsey number and then put the telephone extension 4126, I'll happily go through anything else that you would need me to go through. Just as well, we did do a blog on how we grew collective confidence in Iris, and you can access that on the Iris website, and that just gives you a little bit more information about how myself, Sue Lloyd and Paul Boucher actually really pushed Iris to get used even more. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, just let me know.